about you guys, but it wasn't often that my parents argued, but in the car, there always seemed to be that type of tension. And they were, I rarely ever saw them argue, and this is not a comment about them, but what I found interesting is the windshield wipers were always an issue between them. So my dad would drive, and back in the day, they had low and then high. And when I started driving, it was pretty much the same thing, where it was, intermittent was just starting to get in. And so basically, my dad would be driving, my mom would say, "Can you please start the windshield wipers?" And he's like, "Well, I can see." And as I started driving, I kind of went through the same thing. She's not driving and she needed more clarity. But you just see some dots and, you're fine. So, with the Tesla, it's very interesting because you can have an auto setting. And the auto setting basically chooses it for you. So one of the safety features and also repairing of relationship features is auto wipers. I know my screen, I like being able to see. I don't like the sounds wipers make, and they kind of drive me nuts. So I tried this new, I forget what it's called, I'll post it in, and it's a glass coating that basically almost makes wipers not necessary. And now in the beginning you'll see the video that actually the water's just beating off, and it's also supposed to protect the glass. And I know glass is one of those things that people are always worried about with the Tesla, especially having the whole roof. It's just, again, we're talking about safety a little bit, and being able to see is a really good thing. So I like the visibility in this car. I like the mirrors work for me. Some people think they're a little small. The rear view mirror works for me. It's actually mirrored in the shape of the rear window, which is kind of perfect. So, it shows you what it should be. It shows you the back window size, and I really like that. The protectant is great, and it beads the water off, and I really like it. It's one of the first things I put on the car. Safety in general is a huge thing. We're going to talk in just a minute about the backup sound. They call it pedestrian safety aware or system, pedestrian awareness system. And it's basically just a speaker underneath the front of the vehicle, and it plays sound at low speeds. It's almost like the Jetsons. So that moves me to my next topic, inspection. Now, I first learned to drive in Jersey, grew up in Jersey, and since I moved out of Jersey, they kind of got rid of inspection. They do emissions. This car doesn't have emissions. Pennsylvania, you're required to inspect every year. And the dealers in Pennsylvania will not inspect, because if you're a dealer and you inspect, you have to be able to inspect all cars. So for Tesla to basically have to inspect all cars, it's kind of ridiculous. You know, they're not there for that. Their cars are very different, and laws, I think, need to change in some respects for that. There is such an awareness of the car, of the safety features, really the braking, all that stuff. Is there a necessity for inspection at all? And I have to pay $20 to $30 a year to get my car inspected, and that just seems kind of ridiculous. The other thing I have to do is find a place that is willing to inspect it, willing to work on Teslas. You know, the first place I went to, and I won't say any names to either place, they basically said, nope, we're not going to touch it. The second place, you know, I said, do you guys work on Teslas? And they kind of hem and hawed a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, we just changed tires on Teslas, you know, a couple weeks ago. And so they'll do my inspection. And it took a ridiculously long time to book that because we're in a crazy time the way it is. So I'm going to get inspected soon. And Tesla just gives you a note with your bill of sales. Basically, you need to get the car inspected. You know, I finally got my plates. I did some changes on the cover because I want to de-chrome things. So I basically got out the plasti dip for that, and the rims, or the hubcaps as well, and plasti dip them. So it's kind of exciting.